Open your phone right now. Scroll through your feed. Someone's posting their coffee, another's flexing at the gym, someone's showing off a sunset with a grateful caption. And then there's that one person who shares everything. Every meal, every thought, every day, we roll our eyes, maybe judge them a little. Attention seeker, narcissist, oversharer. But what if it's deeper than that? What if posting constantly isn't just vanity, but something fundamentally human? Stay with me, because by the end of this, you might see social media and yourself in a whole new way. Let's start with the obvious, validation. Yes, people post because likes and comments feel good, but it's not as shallow as it sounds. That craving for approval is ancient. For most of human history, belonging to a tribe meant survival. Being liked literally kept you alive. So when you post and see hearts and thumbs ups, your brain releases dopamine. The same chemical triggered by food, love, and connection. It feels good because social acceptance means safety. So no, people who post often aren't broken. They're just responding to ancient wiring in a modern world. Second, the digital self. But there's more to it than just dopamine. Psychologists call it identity construction. For many people, posting isn't about showing who they are. It's about figuring out who they are. Each photo or caption is a tiny experiment in self-expression. They're testing versions of themselves, seeing what fits, what resonates. Especially for younger people, this is how identity is built. Social media is the new mirror. The modern version of trying on clothes in the store of life. It's not narcissism. It's development. Third, memory and meaning. Then there's another reason, memory. Some people post because they genuinely want to document their lives. It's not performance. It's preservation. When you take a photo to share it, your brain actually remembers that moment more clearly. Social media becomes a living scrapbook. A timeline you can revisit, a story you're writing for your future self. There's something beautiful in that. Fourth, connection and loneliness. And then, connection. Not everyone who posts a lot is chasing fame. Some are simply looking to be seen. We live in a world where loneliness is everywhere. For someone who's isolated, that good morning selfie might be their way of saying, I exist. Does anyone see me? That's not vanity. That's vulnerability. They're not screaming for attention. They're whispering for connection. Fifth, creativity versus comparison. Of course, some people post out of creativity. They're storytellers, artists, people using the digital world as their canvas. They're not saying, look at me, they're saying, look at what I made, but not everyone posts from that healthy place. For others, it becomes a performance. They fall into the comparison trap, competing with highlight reels, curating every moment. Life stops being lived and starts being staged. That's when social media stops being connection and becomes a cage. Sixth, external validation and confidence. And some people post because their sense of worth lives outside themselves. They only feel attractive, interesting, or valuable when others confirm it. Each post becomes a question. Am I enough? That's not about technology. That's about self-esteem. True confidence isn't needing to prove your life online. It's sharing when you want to, not when you need to. Seventh, reflection. So how do you tell the difference? Watch what happens when a post doesn't get much attention. Do they shrug and move on? Or spiral and delete it? The reaction reveals the motive. And here's the paradox. Both constant posters and silent lurkers can be driven by insecurity. One needs validation. The other avoids judgment. The confident ones, they post freely. Or not at all, because they're not performing or hiding. They're just living. In the end, social media isn't good or bad. It's a mirror. It reflects who we think we are, who we want to be, and what we're afraid we're not. So before judging someone's feed or your own, ask, am I sharing from abundance or from need, from joy or from fear? Because the platform doesn't define you, your intention does. And if this made you rethink how you use social media, stick around. This channel dives into the psychology behind everyday behavior so you can understand yourself and others on a deeper level. I'll see you in the next one.